wars are filled with disgusting lies and even filthier truths. If we look at any point of war, then almost every war is filled with blood and chaos. But the most disgusting and filthiest part of war is not on the battlefield. These are the parts that we don't even know. Whatever happens with prisoners is a filthy secret, but whenever any secret comes out, it is filled with disgusting experiments that will leave you in shock. Similar experiment Russian scientists held on prisoners set in the late 1940s, when the Soviet Union was at its strongest. This legend starts off with some Russian scientists who were up to no good. They decided to do a secret experiment to see what happens when people don't get enough sleep for a long time. Their goal was pretty simple, but also kinda creepy. They wanted to find out how sleep deprivation affects humans. 5 political prisoners were chosen as test subjects, promised their freedom if they could endure 15 days without sleep. They were confined to a sealed chamber, monitored through microphones and small windows. Inside, they were provided with food, books, and a gas to keep them awake. Initially, everything seemed normal. The subjects talked freely with the researchers and among themselves. However, after a few days, their conversations turned darker, revealing growing paranoia and distress. By the 5th day, they began to exhibit extreme paranoia. They stopped talking to each other, whispering to the microphones instead, seeking the researchers' trust. The effects of sleep deprivation were becoming horrifyingly clear. On the 9th day, the situation took a gruesome turn. One subject started screaming uncontrollably for hours, but the others showed no reaction. Soon, another prisoner began ripping pages from books, smearing them with his own feces, and plastering them over the windows. The chamber fell into an eerie silence. On the 14th day, the researchers could no longer observe the prisoners and decided to open the chamber. What they found inside was beyond comprehension. One subject was dead, and the remaining 4 had mutilated themselves. Their bodies showed signs of severe self-inflicted injuries, and they had torn off chunks of their own flesh. They refused to leave the chamber, begging for the gas to be turned back on, pleading to stay awake and saying repeatedly, "We assert that we are the demons within you." In a final attempt to understand their madness, the researchers decided to sedate and treat them. But as soon as the subjects were put under anesthesia, the prisoners, driven to insanity, had become something far more sinister. And some say, the nightmare never truly ended.